So please tell us your name and roll number.
Sir, my name is Kumar Swain, and my roll number is 101602.
Okay. Without mentioning your name and domicile, please give us a brief introduction.
Sir, I have completed my graduation in BJP Autonomous College in the subject of political science as a honors. Then I have done my post-graduation in political science from Ravenshaw University. Then I have completed my LLB in University Law College, Utkal University, Bhubaneswar. And due course of time, I have been engaged as a sociologist in NTPC, Kanihan, and worked on corporate social responsibility. And today, I'm sitting at your disposal, sir.
Okay, fine. So, tell me something about your hobbies.
Sir, my hobbies are reading newspapers and magazines, especially current affairs.
Okay, newspapers and magazines. Okay. Okay. So, give us some good reasons why you are interested in joining as assistant director law. Why are you interested in this position?
Sir, within my short span of knowledge, what I understood is assistant director law is a new designation has been created by government of Odisha under its home department, and the main objective is to reduce the case burdens directly upon High Court and to solve these disputes within department level. Because sir, our state administrative tribunal has got repealed recently by government of Odisha, hence all the cases are reaching to Odisha High Court directly under Article 226. Hence, it creates extra burden upon the High Court. To smoothize the justice delivery system, the government has taken this middle path that lots of cases can be disputed at the department level so that it can smoothize the process and give good governance to the people.
Okay. So, what are the duties and responsibilities of assistant director law?
Sir, assistant director law's time focus will be remain on to assist the government in various legal formulation and its successful implementation. It may be related to document, or it may be related to compilation of documents, or to help the government in winning over disputes, and to give and to save the time, money, and energy, both litigants and state, so that to achieve the welfare objective of the state. And anything that may be assigned by the government from time to time, that has to be taken care of by assistant director law in terms of legal affairs.
Okay, great. So, tell me something about what are the types of pension that you got?
Sir, I think, sir, provisional pension and retirement pension, family pension, and to some extent after retirement gratuity is, I think, these are certain provisions which a service holder is getting after the retirement, sir.
Okay. And what about gratuity? What do you mean by gratuity? How many types of gratuity are there?
Sorry, sir, I do not have any clear knowledge on this.
Okay. So, what do you mean by extraordinary pension, and when such pension is given?
Sorry, sir, I apologize.
Okay. Coming to service code, so can you tell me what you mean by lien?
Lien. Yes, sir. So lien means it is one kind of liability. Liability on the concerned person in terms of loan or which a person owes to repay.
Okay. So, under the service code, okay, and also under the CCA rules, can you tell me how many types of services and posts are there under Government of Odisha?
Yes, sir. There are 4 types of services, sir. Group A, Group B, Group C, and Group D services.
Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D, these are posts. Okay. Classification of posts. Classification of services, Group A, Group B, and Group C.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sure. Um, what do you mean by vacation department? Have you heard this term, vacation department?
Yes, sir, I got this name, got this name, vacation, but sir, I do not have any clear knowledge on this.
Okay. Now, suppose a government servant dies during his duty and he is survived by his mother and his wife. So, family pension will be given to whom? What are the rules regarding that?
Sir, if mother and both wife are alive, then sir, the immediate family pension will be given to the wife concerned, uh, and in the absence of wife, that may be given to mother.
Okay. So, suppose a government servant he has been found guilty of indiscipline. So, what are the various penalties which can be imposed on a government servant?
Sir, penalty parts I'm not sure about, but I think DP, department proceeding can be initiated against that person. But in penalty parts, sir, I'm on our plan, sir.
Okay. So, the CCA, rules, it is given what are the different types of penalties which can be given, okay, to a government servant. So, you can just go through that. Okay. Which are coming to your land, okay, the land laws. So, what are the rules for transfer of tribal land?
Sir, transfer of tribal lands is specially reserved for tribal people. That means a tribal person can sell the property to a tribal person only. A person who is outside the scheduled area or the tribal area cannot purchase or cannot possess the tribal property, sir. It has been restricted. The transaction can be processed in between tribal people only, and general people cannot purchase the tribal lands. Interdisciplinary transfer can be processed, sir.
Okay. Now let us come to some other laws, common laws and all. So let us start with constitution. So can you tell me what is the difference between certiorari, writ of certiorari, and writ of prohibition?
Sir, certiorari means it's one kind of certification by the High Court or the Supreme Court as regards to the person whose fundamental rights has been increased and where the judiciary has crossed its limits in terms of interpretation. In that aspect, the top court through certification can remind the specific court regarding the jurisdiction and the limitations. But prohibition means when the judiciary has already crossed and overreached, then the top court or the High Court or Supreme Court, we can say, can limit it, remind the overreachness and unlawful activities or overreach of judiciary, so that it can be prevented and the miscarriage justice could be avoided.
Okay. What do you mean by arbitration? What are the steps in arbitration?
So arbitration is a middle path where the parties, both the parties to the litigation, can come to a conclusion where the consequence of win-win situation can be restored, and the person who is arbitrator, being a neutral person and impartial person, can address the issue without making that issue or transferring that issue to the court of law that has been solved, that can be solved beyond the court, sir, with the prior permission of the court.
Okay. Now suppose what are the powers of the arbitrator? Suppose whatever decision the arbitrator will give, is it binding on the parties?
Yes, sir. If they are agreed to the decision of the arbitrator, then that can be binding, or they can be agreed upon. Then it is correct. Otherwise, if one of the parties is not agreed, then the other party can reach to the appropriate forum for its necessary redressal. So the basic purpose is to come to a conclusion so that the time, money, and energy of litigants could be saved and the dispute can be easily solved.
Um, according to the OLR Act, can you tell me what do you mean by a royal and a tenant? What is the difference between the two, royal and tenant?
Yes, sir. Odisha Land Reforms Act. Yes. So royal means the person who is the owner of that particular land, and tenant means the person that may be a royal, but may be the owner of that land, or maybe taking that part of the land as a rent basis, so that whatever will be the crops, whatever will the crops, the portion, a specific portion of crops which has been agreed upon before taking into tenancy, that will be given to the landowner, and the remaining part will be kept by the tenant.
Okay. So, what are the rights of the royal?
So Rohit has the right of ownership and possession,
Okay.
and usufructuary rights, sir. Suppose whatever will be produced in that specific land, the usufructs of the outputs can be the rights of the right.
Okay. So, what are the exceptions to res judicata?
Sorry, sir, for the timing, I cannot recall it.
Okay. You know the concept of lease pendants?
Yes, sir.
What are the exceptions to lease pendants?
Sorry, sir, I can't recall it now.
Okay, fine. So, I'll ask you a situational question. Suppose you are selected, okay, as assistant director law. So, your senior wants you to change a report. Okay, you have prepared a report, but he wants you to change the report so that whatever he is saying, okay, that will be included or that will be taken out of the report. Okay, but you are very sure that the report you have made, okay, that is proper and it is well researched. Okay, any inclusion or exclusion should not be there. In this situation, how are you going to tackle? Because he is your senior officer, and if you don't have a good relation with him, then day-to-day work will be difficult. So, in that situation, how will you tackle? What will you do in this situation?
Sir, as the senior is interested to do certain work in his manner, and he wants me to divert and to manage in such a way so that I can be the part of that transaction, then sir, I will manage it in a very comprehensive and positive way, sir. I will make him understand first that the future legal complications of that particular transaction, and will ensure that whatever the file or whatever the document is there, that has to be comply with the prescribed rules of the plan.
Okay. Um,
But if still the senior is insist upon to do certain things, then sir, I will try to say the legal complications or demerits of that part. But still, sir, I could not be the part of that process. Rather, I will suggest in a very constructive and positive way so that the rapport system will be there, and the specific file could be processed by complying the existing rules and regulations, so that ultimately the senior and me, both the people, could be free from any dispute in future.
okay. So that will be the end of the interview. Now the feedback. So basically um, style of speaking, style of speaking, our content. Okay, ठीक अच्छी. गोटे दीटा बहुत ही like question which are basically based on data or local laws, सेटा अपन पूरा जानना नहीं clearly कह देना, fine, that is okay. Otherwise जो questions जो अपन answer करने सेटा ठीक अच्छी अपन properly तब answer कर चुनी, content is good, presentation is also good, okay. So other things are fine. तो रुका आओ exactly we don't know कि समाने कितनी कौन questions हो पचास चलते, okay. तब तक काले तो जाना पड़ेगा, but जल्दी एमती किसी बहुत ही फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चन को चल रहे जो अपन जानना है तो क्लियरली सेटी मना कर दे ठीक है थोड़ा कुछ गेसिंग ब्लफिंग करिवे तो बट योर प्रेजेंटेशन एंड अदर थिंग्स आर क्वाइट गुड ओके तनु जदी मु अपन को मार्किंग करिवे भितरे ताले इट विल बी आउट ऑफ 50 आई थिंक इट विल बी समवेयर अराउंड 34 35 आउट ऑफ 50 ओके सो गुड आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग ए पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट थैंक यू
थैंक्स सर मोस्ट एक्चुअली सर से जो क्वेश्चन उठा को सर अपन जो पचरले सर जो एक्सेप्शंस पार्ट ता पचरले सर सेठी सर मोटी अटकी गली कारण तार माने नॉर्मल रूल